in your life and you kept up over and over. You violated my privacy. You violated my space. You did it behind my back. I almost died.
I understand.
You understand? So I don't have time.
Breaking news. Chaos erupted on set after Rasheeda openly confronted Mona Scott in a jaw-dropping moment that no one saw coming. What caused this explosive scene? Who would have thought that a celebrity like Rasheeda would get dismissed in front of everyone like that? Mona Scott's bold move has sparked a chain reaction, and this is only the start. If you thought the past drama between young Jock and Kirk was history, think again. They're right back in the spotlight. Meanwhile, Kendra, once known for her independent stance, is now backing Mona Scott, adding even more fuel to the fire. What was once just another episode has now turned into a full-blown scandal that no one anticipated. As always, Kirk is standing by Rasheeda's side, taking things to a completely new level. And young Jock, who's already had his fair share of messy situations, is being dragged in yet again. To top it off, Kendra seems to be spinning the situation in her favor, working closely with Mona Scott to push her own narrative. Where is this wild ride heading next? The drama is far from over. It's only getting more intense. Buckle up, because things have taken a shocking twist on one of reality TV's most talked about sets. We're talking about Rasheeda, the rapper turned reality TV icon, who just went head-to-head with none other than Mona Scott, the mastermind behind the show. And this wasn't just a simple disagreement. It was an all-out confrontation that could have serious consequences. Careers are on the line, alliances are shifting, and reputations could either be built or broken. Want to know exactly how it all unfolded? Stay tuned. The full story is even more unbelievable than you'd expect. Before diving into Rasheeda's heated outburst, let's rewind and look at the cast, and why their personal lives and choices have kept everyone watching. If you've been keeping up, you already know young Jock has a history of stirring up controversy. And Kirk? He's made it his brand to be at the center of every drama. These two have definitely had their fair share of conflicts in the past, but this time, they weren't the main focus. Until the explosive face-off between Rasheeda and Mona changed everything. And let's not leave out Kendra, the woman who's always found herself clashing with major figures on the show. For years, she's been holding her ground. She had been steadily building her reputation, forming connections with influential names and pushing herself up the ranks. But unexpectedly, Kendra now finds herself stuck in the middle of a heated conflict between Rasheeda and Mona Scott. Questions started swirling about where Kendra's true loyalties lie, especially after Rasheeda pointed fingers at Mona Scott, accusing her of masterminding the entire drama. You're probably wondering, wait, how did we even get here? Well, get comfortable, because things are about to get way more intense. For those unfamiliar, Rasheeda isn't new to fame. She's a veteran in the music industry and a successful entrepreneur who's always presented herself as confident, determined, and unapologetically real. She's been a major presence on the show and a huge reason for its consistent popularity. But recently, all that strength seemed to collapse. Anyone who's followed this reality series knows it's a breeding ground for drama. The cast always manages to stir up controversy, keeping viewers glued to their screens and ensuring that no one fades from the spotlight for too long. But Rasheeda's confrontation with Mona wasn't just another made-for-TV argument. It had a personal edge. So, what exactly went down? According to exclusive leaks and behind-the-scenes sources, shout out to the anonymous insiders, Rasheeda had been growing increasingly unhappy with the way things were being portrayed on the show. She felt like her image was being twisted to boost ratings, and despite her efforts to stay authentic to who she is, Mona Scott seemed to be manipulating the narrative, always pushing the messiest, most dramatic moments to the forefront. Rasheeda's blow-up wasn't spontaneous. It was deliberate. She had reached her breaking point. And let's be honest for a second. Anyone who knows how Mona Scott works understands her style. She's the brains behind the show's success, but she's also known for stirring up intense, sometimes destructive storylines that turn castmates against each other. The drama is what drives the show, but this time Rasheeda had no intention of playing along anymore. Rasheeda wasn't willing to be the show's scapegoat anymore. She came for Mona Scott with full force. The clash went down. Right on set, and yes, the cameras were rolling the entire time. Because in reality TV, nothing major happens without an audience. According to reports, Rasheeda stormed up to Mona in front of both cast and crew, confronting her over the way she was being portrayed. She accused Mona of twisting her image into something false. Mona, trying to maintain her usual professional demeanor, stayed composed on the surface, but the tension between them was unmistakable. One insider said the mood was so intense it felt like you could slice through it. Sitting nearby was young Jock, no stranger to conflict himself, quietly observing the showdown. Of course, knowing his track record, it was only a matter of time before he chimed in with his own opinion. But before Jock could even react, Kirk, Rasheeda's loyal husband, stepped in, passionately defending her. He didn't hold back in blaming Mona for creating a toxic and damaging work environment behind the scenes. Things escalated quickly when Kendra, who usually keeps her opinions guarded, openly sided with Mona Scott. That moment hit like a double betrayal, considering all that had already gone down. Word behind the scenes is that Kendra's move wasn't random. Some say she's got her eyes on a bigger spotlight and needs Mona's support to get there. Strategically, she might be using this entire situation to boost her position and make herself more relevant in the reality TV world. So there it is. The storm has officially started, and it's only gaining strength. Rasheeda's decision to go after Mona publicly has triggered a domino effect that's bound to change the future of the show. But it doesn't stop there. This isn't just some dramatic outburst from a reality star. The situation has real weight. Legal threats, media blowback, and serious consequences are starting to surface. As the drama continues to unfold, fans are left wondering, how far is Rasheeda willing to go to make sure her version of the story gets heard? And where does that leave Mona Scott along with young Jock, Kirk, and Kendra? And just when you think this couldn't get any wilder, it does. Things got really chaotic after Rasheeda's blow-up on set. That single moment turned the whole backstage vibe into total madness. Producers were in panic mode, cast members were gossiping in every corner, and the cameras? They caught every tiny glare, shady glance, and sneaky comment. Mona Scott may have tried to keep her cool publicly, but behind the scenes, it was pure chaos. By the next morning, the news was everywhere. Whispers spread fast, and according to several sources, including some who claimed to be assistants, hairstylists, and even a crew member from the set, Rasheeda had officially been removed from the cast. Cut, fired, blacklisted. Just like that, she was out. And the fans? Oh, they weren't quiet about it. Social media went wild. Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, all flooded with posts demanding justice for Rasheeda. Conspiracy theories started swirling, with many accusing Mona Scott of targeting any cast member who dares to challenge her. But here's where it gets even juicier. Rasheeda wasn't the only one who got the boot. Nope. Turns out Kirk, her ride-or-die husband, even if sometimes controversial, was axed right alongside her. Word is, the producers believed keeping him would only fan the flames. One insider said the only way to avoid more drama was to remove him too. And it didn't stop there. Young Jock, who wasn't even directly involved in the fight, but always seems to hover near the chaos, was also shown the exit. The producers said they were looking for a clean slate, a new direction, less baggage, more fire. Translation? They're cutting out all the OGs who've been in the game too long and don't want to play by the same rules anymore. Now let's talk about Kendra. She really thought she had played her cards right. She stood by Mona Scott, stayed loyal, and probably figured that would earn her a permanent spot in the spotlight. But nope, she got dropped too. Why? According to another behind-the-scenes source, the producers were fed up with her inconsistency. Some days she brought drama, other days she barely made a ripple. One alleged exec even called her background noise with a law degree. Brutal, right? After everything she did, the alliances, the drama, she still got cut like a character from last season no one remembers. So just like that, 4 key cast members, Rasheeda, Kirk, Young Jock, and Kendra, were all out in one harsh move. And that's when fans completely lost it. One Reddit thread even blew up with the headline, "Mona's Cleaning House." It was either a bold move or a complete career crash, and the internet didn't hold back. One fan savagely wrote, "She just fired the only reason we even watch this show. Who's next? The camera guy?" Another commented, "Rasheeda is the show. Without her, there's no glue holding it together." Even ex-cast members started speaking out, calling the sudden firings a targeted takedown. But then things really exploded. A leaked phone call surfaced, allegedly between Rasheeda and who many believe was young Jock. In the clip, a woman's voice, thought to be Rasheeda's, can be heard venting. "Mona was always setting me up. She never wanted me to shine, just stay quiet and play along." The male voice replied, "Man, we should have dipped last season. We're just puppets to her." And of course, once that audio hit the internet, it went viral instantly. Fans began labeling Mona Scott a manipulator, accusing her of profiting by creating toxic narratives and pitting Black women against each other. The hashtag #OurBoycottMonaScott started trending and stayed up for the entire day. But Mona wasn't going to let that slide quietly. She hopped on Instagram Live, putting on her signature poised and polished CEO face. Calm, collected, and clearly media-trained, she addressed the situation without naming anyone. Sometimes growth means letting go. You can't soar when you're carrying dead weight. Dead weight? Yep, that line blew up. Fans were livid. One Twitter user snapped back, "Dead weight? You mean the ones who made your show worth watching?" Someone else dropped a viral montage of Rasheeda, Kirk, Jock, and Kendra's most unforgettable scenes with the caption, "These are the real MVPs you just cut loose." And while social media was catching fire, guess who threw more fuel on it? Young. Jock posted a mysterious Instagram story, him chilling in a bathrobe, laughing with the caption, "Unbothered." "We been knew the deal, new money loading." Instantly, fans started speculating. Were the fired stars teaming up? A spin-off? A new show? A tell-all expose? Insiders claim a rival network has already contacted Rasheeda and the rest, pitching a brand new reality concept, one that peels back the curtain on how these shows really get made. Think less drama queens, more truth tellers. A total flip. That would be the ultimate revenge, the ones who got booted returning not as characters, but as whistleblowers. And while everyone else was making noise, Kendra, who usually stays quiet, finally broke her silence. She posted a black and white selfie with the caption, "Loyalty's a two-way street. Some of y'all only drive one direction. Short, stylish, and straight up shady." Her comments blew up with support. Fans called her graceful, smart, and begged her to spill more and trust. The drama's far from over. Behind the scenes, sources say Mona is furious, not just because of the fan backlash, but because she feels personally betrayed by people she helped make famous. But now, the cast took their power back, and the whole game just shifted. So tell us, was Rasheeda right to finally speak out? Is Mona really the mastermind pulling all the strings? Were Jock, Kirk, and Kendra just collateral damage from day one? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We need the full scoop. And don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on your post notifications because, baby, this storm is just getting started. This isn't just drama anymore. This might be a full-blown reality TV revolution.